It's still July 26th. It's still July 26th. It's in the afternoon. And I know I recorded earlier about me being triggered by Mr. Arizona, who's also a fire sign, by the way. I was triggered. I realized. So what happened was, after I recorded myself, right? I think I was going to the gym. Was I going to the gym? No, I had come back from the gym. And I was working on some stuff for the new job, and then trying to get the videos put ready for this whole week, so I don't have to like mess with it, and I could just focus on packing and the new job, knowing that, okay, the rest of this week is taken care of. And then I was like feeling myself like needing a nap, and then still being upset. This guy said. I woke up angry. I woke up from my nap angry. And I'm pacing, and I'm just like, why am I so angry? And I'm finding myself like with the music and just pissed. I was still pissed. Maybe because he responded. And it triggered me. Still triggered me. And he put, no, you didn't offend me. I don't feel bad, because I had put in there like, I'm sorry I've offended you. No, I didn't put I'm sorry. I said, if I have offended you with what I've shared, then, you know, ignore it. Whatever. Yeah. But then it bothered me that he put, you didn't offend me. I don't feel bad. It's your opinion. We all see things differently, and have different opinions. You're entitled to them. And then he put, you're a beautiful woman. I honestly don't underestimate you at all. I believe you're a beautiful woman, intelligent, good energy, capable, blah, 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 blah. Like, just flattery. I'm just like... And then he's curious about the behaviors that I'm talking about, right? What caused your heartbreaks? And I said, me believing that I needed to save people, me placing expectations on them, expecting others to see my value and worth to make me feel good about myself. Those are just some examples. He's like, oh, okay, I see now. And then he put, well, I would love to keep my friendship with you, and keep having conversations. What do you say? Smiley face. I was pissed. And I was just like, yeah, I was pissed. And just pacing back and forth, and there was just this like, this inner like anger that was just, it was that anger of just like don't be blaming him, like that. Like it's not his fault. Like that feeling of like wanting to protect him. Like, I'm just like, where is this coming from? Why is this person triggering me? And then I'm even thinking about the other person. So it was him and my childhood friend that I connected with on the same day, right? Realizing that she was I kind of triggered? Yeah, you're right. I think I recorded on. She triggered self-reflection in me, right? But with her, it really was more of this agreed to just like, I'll respect your decision, right? And you know, I don't want her to stray from whatever makes her feel safe, religiously speaking, right? Because everything serves a purpose. The Bible serves a purpose, right? But with this person, this other person, I was just like, why is it triggering me? And then reflecting on what I wrote and put, you remind me of the old me. That's what it was. I'm like, okay, that's where the trigger's coming. Is he reminds me of the old me, the very old me, the very old me. And so, yeah, he reminded me of the very old me, and I'm just like, I don't know where it's coming from. Because it's like, okay, I get it, you know, other people have different, and it's like rationally, like, I get it that everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I think there's this inner part of me that's just like, I know I'm right. like that's how I feel. Like, I know I'm right. And I think there was just like no acknowledgement on his part from what I saw, right? Like I think you jumped in too quickly. I think you thought I needed a saving. There was no, aside from you're entitled to your opinion. So I don't know if it was him like, you know, licking his wounds maybe, not wanting to say anything, or if he truly doesn't agree with what I have to say about it. My whatever I saw. So it triggered me. But then I was even reflecting, because in terms of that other part of that part of just like, it's not his fault, like that protectiveness of just like, don't be blaming him, like it's not his fault. That was just coming out, and then thinking, well, who else has maybe, you know, I mean, because clearly he's not the only one who's in my videos, right? Or yeah, and he's not the only one that I've shared that I have heartbreaks, right? And it's not just this heartbreak, like I mentioned, it's all my heartbreaks, right? All the emotion that's like, that my body is just needing to purge, that my soul is just needing to purge, and it takes freaking time. Like, it just takes time, and there's no shame, and then and even with this other comment, it's like, you don't see a good guy when you see one. I'm just like, I'm not saying you're not a good guy. I made it very clear from the beginning where I was, right? It's not my fault you didn't see that, or chose not to see it, chose not to hear me and see me when I was right in front of you, telling you where I was at, right? So clearly he wasn't listening. But that triggered me. Like, I was pissed. I'm not as pissed now, but I was pissed. And I was pacing back and forth. I can't even pack. Like, I was pissed. And and I'm just like, why is this coming out? This inner lion is like protectiveness at, and I think, and then I was even thinking, oh, so the other fire sign that I befriended, and with him, it really is more of a friendship. Like the foundation is set, right? I mean, we've been communicating back and forth since April, 3 months. So, and it was like almost every day, and really talking about everything. And it was really mostly us talking, right? Because for a whole month and a half he was across the world, and but we still communicated. And then when he got back, we were communicating. Like, it was just the foundation for friendship is there. Whereas with this fire sign, it's not the same. It's not the same depth in the conversation, right? But yeah, he chose to drive all the way to California to supposedly see me, and then he changed his mind because he had that realization, I'm sure, or someone made him see what was going on. And so then, I think I mentioned it in another video that I'm like, well, maybe, right? I'm his karmic. Then maybe he's mine too, because clearly I'm being triggered. but it's more of this anger that's coming out. This anger that's coming out, being triggered in that way, because I see the old me in him, the really old me, like 20 years ago old me. So he's clearly not where I'm at, right? So and then you know, so then when I was thinking about his last comment, like, I'd like to keep my friendship with you, I put, like, fine, I'm okay with that. Even though I still feel angry. I'm like, okay. It's like, you know, it's like after a fire or something, and then like the adult is like, okay, be friends now, and then you're, you know, both people are like, okay. And I don't know if he's upset, I don't think so, but more me. And I'm like, okay, we could be friends. Difference of opinion. That's what it felt like. But it's just funny that I went to bed angry, not realizing I was angry, and I woke up angry. You know, and you would think that after a nap, you know, you feel a little bit better. just bothered me. Oh, that's so funny. But anyways, on a different note, did you guys know that carrots grow hair? So, you know, I don't have a lot of food in my fridge right now, but I have a bunch of carrots that I hadn't eaten in a while, and apparently they grow hair. It's not really hair, it's just the roots, but I just thought it was funny. I'm like, I have hair. So I have hummus, I have carrots, that's my dinner, because I think I packed up all my pots and pans. So anyways, I wanted to share that because I was just like tripped out about how how triggered I was. And it wasn't like a crying like I've been triggered. It was an anger, like lioness, like type of trigger, like this protectiveness of like. And I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is, because I had another similar situation with the other fire sign, but he works with adults. And he works with men, and he was sharing, but the situation with him was that he was sharing another example of someone he was working with, and he said, oh, that particular guy was being manipulative, he was saying. And I said, you know, this word manipulative, I'm like, it's just a fancy way of saying that this person found a way to get his needs met. I mean, to manipulate is another word, is another way to look at it, is to change the situation, to manipulate the situation. You're changing the situation to get your needs met. And so then I told him, I was just like, I'm gonna play the devil's advocate, right? Because I felt for this man that he was working with, and I'm just like, what about the woman that he was standing in front of triggered him to respond in that way? Because a connection and interaction it takes two to tango, right? It takes two. So I said, what was she putting off that influenced him to respond in that way? That's what I proposed. And the cool thing was, in that interaction, and then I even told him, like, I think I need to back off now because it was triggering me. But he agreed with me. And that's what I appreciated with him, was that he found truth in what I was sharing, and he acknowledged it. He wasn't afraid to be wrong, is the impression that I got, and he was confident enough to recognize that I was right to a certain degree, right? And he acknowledged. He's like, I totally agree with you. Whereas in this he's like, we just have difference of opinion. I'm like, I'm like, all right, so this is how you see the world. Got it. Be watching you as this friendship develops to see how you continue to treat other people who trigger you, right? To see, because I'm more discerned now than I was before, and I know my worth, and I'm not just gonna give it away to anybody who claims they're worthy enough. I gotta see it for myself. Thank you very much. You know, and if I choose not to, then I choose not to, and I'm okay with that too. So, in a friend team. I think I might go to the gym again. Push out frustration. Triggers. Bye. My name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us. In whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth, this just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and we'll see what else comes next for me. So take care.